Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to react to another Brittany Dawn and her husband Jordan Q&A. You guys seemed to like it when I did the more recent one, and I found one from a year ago that I think is going to be a good one to react to. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so if you're clicking on this video, you probably know who Brittany Dawn is. You've probably seen my other videos talking about her. If you haven't, just search Radiantbritt, Brittany Dawn, and videos will pop up. You can also refer to the opinionated and still opinionated playlists. I know that they're mixed over there as well. But as a reminder, Brittany Dawn is someone who is exploiting Christianity, and I question if she's even as faithful as she claims to be. That's just my personal decision that I've come to after watching a lot of her videos. I feel like she's utilizing it as the next thing. You know, she used fitness for a long time, and what else is popular? Being a Christian influencer instead of a fitness influencer. And it's just another way that she can get money, get a whole new set of followers, and keep marching on her merry way. But the problem with her marching on her merry way is that she is currently being sued by the state of Texas, and she's a scammer. So what is hopeful is that the lawsuit will end in the people that she scammed being repaid for the money that she took from them, and then some. Not just that. That would be my ideal turnout, is to have them not only paid back for what they spent, but also a little bit extra because she's just so nasty for what she did. But we're going to listen to this. It's 26 minutes. I'm going to try to not babble a lot in between the questions. But I can't make any promises, so if the video says it's an hour long, then I apologize, but, you know, break it up or go get your coffee and tea and snacks now, and let's get started. Oh, and by the way, I know that my blanket is messed up here. Axel just jumped off the bed, and I don't feel like fixing it. I don't need it to be perfect, so if it's bothering you, I apologize, but my dog was taking a nap, and he jumped down and messed up the blanket. But we're gonna leave it for this video. Who cares?
It works.
It works? You're just making sure it works.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our
Couples Q&A.
couples Q&A.
In the middle of a snowstorm.
We're literally...
At least this time she's not wearing that like concealer shade of lipstick. I will also say, my personal opinion, I think she looks a lot better with long hair than she does with short hair. Again, just my opinion, just my observation. I just think that some people look better with long hair, some people look better with short hair, you know, whatever she prefers, but just that I would throw it in there. I think that she looks better with long hair than she does with short hair, and I'm very grateful that she's not wearing that concealer shade of lipstick that she was wearing in her more recent Q&A.
in a snowpocalypse.
People in Texas,
Snowpocalypse.
they just don't. They can't handle it.
Okay, question.
Number one.
So this is when people in Texas were literally like snowed in. They were losing power. There were terrible accidents all over the state of Texas, and she is sitting in her luxury home that she purchased with money that was scammed. It must be nice.
Number one.
How does he lead you in the relationship besides praying for you and over you guys?
Oh, that's a good one. You have always led the relationship. He's always led the relationship in a sense that he's always brought clarity and intention and intentionality from like day one, literally day one. So I think that's like, besides like praying together, pushing me always to Jesus, you also lead with intentionality and clarity, and you just have like a pure pursuit of my heart.
Good leadership skills.
He does. He does. He definitely does.
Bossy.
No, you're not.
He has terrible leadership skills. Let's also remember, and I don't mean to be a broken record, but this is also the same person who was a police officer and mistreated someone that he was supposed to be arresting. No longer a cop. To me, being a leader, it doesn't equate to literally slamming someone to the ground when all that you were supposed to be doing is making an arrest and transporting the suspect to the jail. He went way out of the way. This is someone who's not a leader and, in my personal opinion, has some anger issues. I'm glad that he's not a cop anymore, but let's also not act like he's been the best citizen. Also, I think it's interesting that she wants to say how he pushes her to Jesus. I get that that works for some couples, but I'm also a realist and I live in the real world, and I would rather my partner push me towards actual goals and achievements and not say, well, we need to pray about it. You need to go talk to Jesus about it. I would rather deal with real life situations. Like, let's say I want to advance in my career. I would rather my partner push me to, maybe take some continuing education for myself, build stronger relationships with my colleagues, take on new projects. I would rather have real world pushing me towards my goals and helping me achieve new things versus saying that we need to pray and I need to talk to Jesus more than I have been.
Number 2, how does he feel about the fact that you've been married before? Any concerns?
Well, I've been married before, so that would be pretty judgmental if I had a problem about her being married before.
Amen. Number 3, do you see marriage as a possibility in the future?
Stay tuned.
What? Baby, I need details.
Christians are the most judgmental. Not all of them, but these two especially are very judgmental. Brittany Dawn recently was on her TikTok saying all the things that she's completely against, but I thought that Christians were loving and accepting and, open to people that had flawed pasts and flawed even presence.
Number 4, do you guys talk about children?
All the time.
Yeah, we both want kids.
Yeah, we both want kids. We want 2, possibly 3. We say 2 for an oops, making a 3rd, because that notoriously seems to happen for every family.
We'll take 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I want twins.
If the Lord will bless us with that.
I really want twin girls.
It's a lot of prayer.
You can't pray for babies. Like, I cannot stand when people do this. And like I say with all of this stuff, if you lean on prayer and it works for you, that's fine. When you have people like Brittany Dawn and Jordan and other Christian influencers on social media sitting there and saying that prayer is the answer, but it's not, because again, we live in the real world, and if that's part of it, fine. But to say that if someone is struggling with infertility or mental health, telling them that they need to pray on it is giving them a false solution to a problem that they're actually experiencing. So instead of praying for children, I would say let's focus on working with doctors and leaning on science and evidence and proof. And if prayer is part of that, fine, but you can't just pray for stuff to come into your life. To me, that's just like living in a make-believe land, and that's not where I reside.
5.
You 2 are so cute together. What's your perfect date night? Well,
We do lots of different date nights.
yeah,
Like,
we don't have a specific one that we do.
we have our go-to restaurants in Fort Worth, but we also really enjoy grilling and cooking out and just hanging out at the house.
Yeah, we're very go during the week with both of our jobs, and so it's really nice to just have really chill, casual date nights too.
Yeah.
But he never make me feel bored. He always keeps me on my toes. So.
What does Jordan do now? That's the one thing that I haven't been able to figure out. If you guys know, because I know he's not a cop, if you guys know what he does, leave it in the comments down below.
Number 6, how do you know he was the one for you? Signs.
And I think it's so funny how she says that they're both just go with their jobs. Brittany Dawn, all that you do is post on social media, figure out what your next scam is going to be, figure out how you're going to spend the money that you scammed from people. My God, I am so happy that Texas is suing her ass. I am sorry, if that's being petty or cruel, don't care. To me, that is karma at its finest, and I just hope that it results in the people getting what they're owed.
That's good. Like I said at the start, intentionality, you had a very pure pursuit of my heart, You brought clarity. Our communication is on a level that I never could have possibly dreamed of. Like, we've had that since day one. And just, yeah, I mean, really just those, and just how his actions always backed up his words. Like, he never said things and then his actions didn't align, which I think is really important in a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think we've all been in those dating relationships where they say things, but their actions don't back it up. So that was huge for me too. And then I just had like this peace in my heart from the Lord, like, this is your person. And I felt like a gentle nudge on the second date to go, well, it was our first date, but I canceled.
She tried to cancel on the first date.
I canceled, and then...
And I was like, I'm going to give her one more shot.
Are you glad that you did?
I am very glad that I did, but...
Because now you got me and you get to put up with me.
And now you get to put up with her lawsuit where she stole this money. I cannot get over the fact that she actually did that and thought that she would just... Did she think that nobody was going to come after her ass? Many times with couples like Brittany and Jordan, I think that their values align so closely. That's why they can tolerate each other, and that's why they get along so well. I don't know everything about Jordan. In fact, I don't know a whole lot about him, but to accept her and her fuckery, he has to have the same amount of fuckery in his makeup. You know what I mean? And I think that we saw that with the Brody situation. We've seen little pieces of how he has no morals. But in order to put up with someone like Brittany Dawn, like, she just, the fakeness oozes from her pores. Maybe that's just me, but I can see it a mile away. And even taking in her content makes me feel gross.
But yeah, I felt a gentle nudge from the Lord to go on a date with him, and after that, it was kind of just like game over.
Yep, game over.
Or game on.
One of the two. Number 7, does purity while dating mean everything but kissing? I think purity while dating also has to be, you have to be mindful of what situations kissing can put you in as well.
Yeah.
Those, you know.
You have to have boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to have boundaries, and if you don't, like, that's just a setup for failure.
Yep.
We actually, at church yesterday, that's what our pastor spoke on, and it was very eye-opening, and just really, like, reminded us that we're doing things the right way. And we set boundaries from the get-go. Like, this was a conversation we had on day 3, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
And so, like, literally day 3 of even talking, we had a conversation about purity. So you have to set those boundaries and those standards, like, pretty much immediately to make sure you're on the same page, because you don't want to fall for someone that doesn't have the same heart posture as you do in terms of like pursuing that.
Yep,
because
absolutely.
then it just leads to heartbreak.
Yep. Talk about it early.
Yeah, it's not awkward. What's more awkward is when you're going through heartbreak because you didn't stand up for yourself from the beginning.
That's good.
Yeah, you like that?
I will say I talked a little bit about purity culture in my last videos, so if you didn't see those, check them out. But purity culture is extremely toxic and very, very bad for men and women, especially women. So I can't stand purity culture, but one of you guys made a really good comment and said that you don't even believe that they followed purity culture, and it's just part of the gig, it's part of the show, it's part of the look how great we are, look how, you know, we're praising the Lord by being pure, even though they weren't, you know, they were reborn purity, if that makes sense. But I don't know, it made me second guess, like, maybe you're right, who knows.
Put that in my back pocket.
Number 8, favorite thing about each other. Go first, ladies first.
Can I list 3 things?
I think they're gonna get mad.
Your heart for people. You are the most selfless, giving, would give the shirt off of your back human being that I've ever met. Number 2, your servant heart. You would literally, again.
Oh, and something else that Jordan loves to do, and Brittany was involved in this too, is they found this homeless man, and I need to look into this some more because I know very surface level about this story, and then they kind of like never talked about it again. But they found a homeless man in Texas and essentially used him for content and a way to say, look at what we're doing to help this poor homeless man. We're just saving his, you know, day right now. So they did it as that type of content, and I cannot stand that. Second of all, who knew if the man wanted to be blasted off all over social media? You know what I mean? But they used it to their advantage to be able to say, look, we're doing the Lord's work, that kind of narrative. And then it was kind of like history, gone. So I need to look into that again, but that reminded me of, oh, you'll give someone the shirt off your back. There are people in the world, for sure, that exist that are like that, and they are genuinely like that. But the shitty thing with Christian influencers is that they usually just like to use those situations as a look at me, look at all the good things that I'm doing.
Do anything for anyone, and I've seen you do it, and it's like a daily thing for him. It's not just every now and then. And number 3, your smile. Show my teeth, those pearly whites.
My cheeks are puffy because of this weather, and my beard's
He's got a beard
out of
going.
control.
I love it though.
I gotta go chop some wood in the backyard for the fire pit after this.
Lumberjack?
So, yeah.
Lumberjack
Yeah,
mode?
Paul Bunyan. Yeah.
When you said bunion, for some reason I thought of bunions on toes.
Oh, that's my day job.
We'll get to that
This is
question
my
in a
weekend
second.
job. My favorite thing about her would definitely be her drive to in her ministry, and I see the outpouring of good, positive interaction she has with women on a daily basis, and it just really I love that she has a heart for her ministry and the girls that are involved in it, and I see the Lord doing amazing things with that.
So she has a heart for the girls that are in her ministry, but what about all the ones that she was supposed to care about with the fitness world? This is why it makes me question if history is going to repeat itself with her, because we saw what happened with the fitness scam. What's going to happen with this ministry being Christian money grab? Is she going to offer a Bible camp, and instead of following through, she's going to leave it as an empty promise? What's going to happen? Because I'm telling you, once people start scamming, it is very hard to get them to be fully transparent and follow through on promises. And also the trust is broken. So she can say that she's doing all the good things and he will co-sign for her all he wants. But for me, I go off what you show me. And for her, she showed me that she was a fitness influencer scammer who did not do the right thing when she had many opportunities to do the right thing. And now that's why she's in the lawsuit. If she would have done the right thing, because she's such a good person, she would not be in the lawsuit in 2022.
9. Are you in love? Yeah, I love you.
I love you. You're my person.
That one was easy.
That was the easiest question we've had on this. How did you...
Something else that one of you guys mentioned is that they got married super quick, and that might have been because of the whole purity thing. If they were actually, you know, doing that, then that might have also been why they rushed the wedding. I don't know, just a thought.
know that he or she was the one. Well, I kind of already said why I thought you were the one.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll let you answer this one.
I think that...
How about you just like someone? Without the Lord nudging you in your arm and, you know, directing your life, how about the person you just like them? You happen to like Jordan because he has fucked up values like you have, Brittany.
It was, I think that over time, and I shouldn't even say time, like pretty quickly, I was like, man, this gal checks off boxes that are pretty high standard and hard to attain. And just as she started...
High standard? Your standards must be pretty low if you're saying that Brittany Dawn checks off all the boxes. For me, I know for a fact if I would have scammed people, there is no way that someone would come into my life and say that I check off all the boxes. Unless you're just really vain and you just, you know, wanted someone to marry. I don't know.
Check off boxes, and I got a true glimpse of like what her heart was, not only for others but for in her ministry. I was like, man, like, yeah, this is it. This is the one.
She has a heart for people in her ministry, just like she had a heart for people that she was trying to scam as a fitness influencer. I'm waiting for the Christian influencer ship to sink, and then we can hear about what's next. What is she going to do next?
So that's it.
So sweet.
What did he think when he heard you have a non-traditional job?
We had this conversation real early.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
First
And I had
date.
no idea about Brittany's following and her Instagram platform. I had no idea. I'm not really a big social media guy, so.
Which I love.
Yeah,
Because I think it would take a toll on two people in a relationship. I really do.
Yeah.
it's a healthy balance. And
Yep.
yeah, I told him about that on the first date. I told him about everything. I tried to run him off on that first date.
She did.
And you stuck
But
around.
everybody's got a past,
Yeah,
and I think
amen.
when you judge someone for their past, you don't get a clear image of who they are currently.
Yeah.
That's what's most important, is who they are.
Well, I think if you're looking for like someone with a spotless past, you're never gonna find it. You're gonna be looking your whole life.
How did he pursue you?
No, but and you won't find someone with a flawless past, but I've said this before. If she would have done the right thing, then people would not still be so irate with her. She had so many opportunities to do the right thing, and she wanted to come on and sadfish and make this fake apology, and she still, after that, didn't do the right thing. That is why she's in the lawsuit right now.
After meeting.
Ooh, so
go ahead.
intentional. He was so intentional. Gosh, I could list a whole thing. From going out of your way after you got off work and driving to bring me dinner on days that I had a crazy day or hadn't eaten, to showing up on the front doorstep with flowers just because, to stopping at the grocery store if I needed something and without me even having to ask, to like just very intentionally dating.
For the girls that are watching this, like, a guy will, it's no brainer if he's interested, and if he wants to pursue you, he will. Like, you'll see it in his actions. You'll see effort. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So.
And your actions have always spoke louder than your words. And you're a pretty outgoing, loud person, so that says a lot about you.
Sometimes it's too much.
I'm here for it.
Actions do speak louder than words. I agree with that. And the problem is that, this is why I've been upset with her, is that she gets on her TikTok and puts out all of these Bible scriptures and motivational quotes. So she does all of these things, but her actions are why people got mad at her in the first place. So yes, actions do speak louder than words. That's why her apology should have been combined with doing the right thing and paying people back that she had scammed. Instead, it was a fake apology, and then she got her Hawaii vacation all lined up, and that's where she spent time.
How did he ask you out? To coffee?
Yeah. So he asked me to coffee.
Yeah.
And I canceled because, truth be told, I was completely over men. I was convinced that there were no good men on this earth. And I canceled on him, and then I really just prayed on it, and we went the next day. Because I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to give this a shot. And now we're here.
We here. Started from the bottom, and now we here. What's your favorite habit about each other? Ooh. My favorite habit about Brittany is that she's constantly playing worship music, and I love it. Like, anytime I come over, she's constantly has worship music on. Or a sermon.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's a heart posture.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about you is just...
Favorite habit.
Favorite habit, that's what I meant.
Oh.
Yeah, favorite habit about you. I think my favorite habit about you is, like, growing up, my family always prayed before dinner, but it was always just a very short prayer. And, like, his prayers, when he prays before we eat, every single day move mountains. There have been some times where, like, those prayers just, like, they hit my chest. And I'm like, wait, I forgot we were even about to eat. So that's my favorite habit about you, that you always intentionally pray.
Wait, you forgot about food?
Oh, I love food. I'm already thinking about lunch.
I was gonna say, yeah. What do you guys do for fun?
I wonder if he prayed before he decided to shoot her dog in the head instead of taking him to the vet. Since his prayers can move mountains, I think both of these two are false prophets.
Dates without intimacy and fun date ideas, please. Just because you're not physically intimate with somebody doesn't mean that you're not intimate with them. So there's intimacy in our relationship. It's just spiritual and loving and emotional intimacy. Like, I think that's where people get tricked up. That's where, when maybe people make mistakes, when they don't feel like they feel like there's a lack of intimacy in a relationship because they aren't having sex and they're, respecting purity boundaries. You can still be intimate with someone without physical intimacy. So we just include that in everything that we do. And we love to go out on date nights. We love to make dinner here at the house. We recently went to, like, a Dave & Buster's power play type place because we're both super competitive. So
much fun. We were there for like 4 hours.
Somebody got taught a lesson in laser tag.
I'm not great at it.
No, she's
Should be
not.
expected.
And I'm awful at bowling.
And I aced it.
She did. She killed it. It was ridiculous.
To go off of what he said, I think where so many girls mess up coming from a female's point of view, and I know that you and I could talk on this for a lot, so I'll keep this short, but I think girls tend to think that a way to make a man love them is to give up the physical and give them what they're wanting in the physical realm. And then they wonder why there's such a disconnect and there's no communication and there's no spiritual intimacy, and it leads to heartbreak. But God does something so beautiful when you hold off on the physical and you refrain from sex and you pursue purity in your dating relationship until marriage. God does something so beautiful in a sense of like, he really cultivates and develops your spiritual intimacy, your communication, just like any relationship intimacy besides the physical. Like, I can truly say that I've never had that with another.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you want to pursue purity because that's what you want to pursue, fine. You know, I don't want anyone to feel like they have to do that because an influencer said that they should do that. And I hope that her younger subscribers and followers know better. I hope. But for me, I feel like sex is an important part of any relationship. Point blank, period. But my whole point, and I said this in my other video, was I don't want to not know what that's like and then actually marry someone. And what if our physical chemistry is just totally different? What if it's a wreck and I'm miserable? Like, marriage to me is a very important step in life. And if that's your journey, then fine. But the whole idea of literally not knowing someone physically before marrying them is scary for me. And I'm just the type of person, I want to know someone physically, mentally, emotionally, all of them, before I get into any type of long-term commitment.
Person, and I never knew what that would be like because I've never done things the right way. And
girls, find a guy who is going to pursue your heart and not your pants. Like, if his intentions will become they'll be laid out for everyone to see.
Wow, that was a mic drop moment. I can't even answer that.
Next question.
Sponsored by Coke Zero.
Well, she's not sponsored by Coke Zero. She just really likes them.
Hashtag Coke at me.
Are you allowed to kiss?
We love kisses, but we also do it with boundaries. No kissing and laying down.
None.
Out.
What makes your relationship solid?
Well, I think that kind of goes to the like whole relationship intimacy without the physical. Like, I think the fact that we have developed and we've let the Lord develop everything but the physical.
Being rooted in your faith and in Christ and in the Lord, and having Him be the focus of your relationship will bring more of a solid foundation than you could ever have with anything else.
Amen.
First impression.
Oh, he cute. He was in Scrubs, you guys. Like, you totally pulled the McDreamy move on me, but I fell for it. And I'm glad I did.
She was late. Y'all, it's a constant struggle.
You know?
She's out here changing hearts and minds, and I'm just out here trying to change punctuality. Trust me.
So is he in the medical field? If he was in Scrubs, does that mean that he works, like, is he a nurse or something? I don't know. If you guys tell me, or if you guys know, please tell me down below. But my whole thing with you have to have a really strong, spiritual connection, that works for some people, but I don't know. Like I said, I live in the real world and I am here for being the best person that you can be and respecting each other along the way, having good lines of communication and having good chemistry. Like, I don't really think that it's super complicated. And for them to sit on their channel and put out these types of videos, it's very much, oh, well, because we are so spiritual, we have this picture perfect relationship, and these are the things that you should do in order to get yourself a significant other like this one. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't want either of them.
You come downstairs at midnight for a snack. What do you get? Answer for each other.
SpaghettiOs for him.
You gotta put me on blast in front of everybody like that?
SpaghettiOs. He loves SpaghettiOs. And not warm.
SpaghettiOs are my childhood favorite.
Straight out the can.
Yeah.
Oh, is that sister?
Hold on. You know what really irks me about people? They just use you for your Wi-Fi. And he's like, go on.
This is my brother-in-law.
Wave hi to everyone, Connor.
Hi.
Where were we?
Food.
Oh, at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You eat SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, it's my childhood guilty pleasure.
And what do I?
Thanks for putting me on blast. This one has a Halo topic addiction, and it's pretty bad. Every night. If you see this video and you have anything to do with marketing for Halo Top, you could do us a great favor by sending us some.
You having a budget for it?
No companies want to work with scammers, Jordan. Just a friendly reminder, I know that the influencer world is new to you, but Brittany Dawn's reputation to most companies is pure trash.
Every month now?
It's literally in the budget. Yeah, Halo Top. How tall are both of you?
I am 5'9", 5'8" and 3/4, 4 quarters.
4 quarters. Oh my gosh. I'm 6'1". Who's the stubborn one? Did you just add this?
No, someone was.
I'm not saying anything. I appreciate the Wi-Fi.
Connor's like, I'm out.
Who's the stubborn one? Do you want to answer that one? Why are you looking at Connor?
Definitely me.
Hey, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll have a guest speaker on this one.
Brittany, close your ears. It's definitely Brittany. Definitely Brittany.
Why are you telling? No, the whole point of this video is to be truthful.
I'm the most stubborn.
Yeah, let's say don't make me go back to our
There's
guest. Don't make me go back to our guest speaker.
Again, definitely Brittany.
Let's try this again.
So obviously this was a repeat question. Her more recent video also had this stubborn question. And it's very obvious to tell that she is stubborn, and you don't really have to know a ton about her. But like I said in my other video, you can tell how stubborn someone is when they are given a complication that they caused, and they're given an opportunity to fix said complication, and they don't.
How do you deal with disagreements?
We've never fought. We've had disagreements for sure, but we do it very cordially.
We've had disagreements, but it's
Yeah.
usually ends up in just an adult conversation of
And a good one.
Yeah.
One that needs to be covered. And,
explaining each other's point of views, validating each other's concerns, and then coming up with a solution.
yeah. Especially when someone has trauma in their past.
Well, it's good to know that he doesn't get physical with her. That's fantastic, because based off of his history, to me, he seems like a very hot-headed individual, but what do I know?
Trauma in their past. It's been very good, because it gives you an opportunity to talk about things that are triggering or could be triggering, or so.
Did you pay someone to include this next question in the
What is the next one?
Do you two talk about engagement soon?
No, these are legitimate questions.
You paid somebody to ask
I
this
did
question.
not.
She totally paid.
What did you say over
I love Wi-Fi. I'm not.
there? Y'all.
Stay tuned. Where do you see yourselves in 1 year?
Wait, I'm not done with it.
I'm done with that question. I said stay tuned. Stay tuned. Where do you guys see yourself in 1 year?
That's a good one. I'm gonna let you go first.
I would say even more heavily involved than we already are with our friends at Freedom Shield Foundation.
Yeah.
Getting absolutely ratioed because Jordan shot her dog in the middle of the road. That would drop her down a few more pegs. So not only is she a scammer, but also someone who neglected her dog that trusted her with his life.
Yeah.
Rescuing the innocent kids all over this world from sex trafficking and human trafficking.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I don't know what the stay tuned business means, but I'm not liking it. I just want more details.
She's very detail oriented.
Very detail oriented.
But there's some details that she can't have because it would ruin surprises. And we don't want to ruin surprises, so.
On to the next question.
You didn't answer that one.
Which one? Where do I see us?
Yeah.
Well, there's things that I can't just say because I don't have control over those things. So I know what I would like, but I'm not going to say that either. So I think I see us, like you said, very heavily involved in. Why are you laughing?
You're squirming.
I'm squirming right now.
Don't take my answer.
I'm not.
Where do you see
I'm
us in a
agreeing.
year? She just gulped. Where do you see us in a year?
Engaged
Yeah?
and possibly married,
Yeah?
because a year is quite a ways away.
Yeah?
And we're doing this the right way, and when you're doing it the right way, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So we're both in agreement on that. On to the next question.
They put that wedding on the fast track. I think you guys were right in that comment that you left about them kind of doing it quickly so that they could be married.
Is it hard? You just answered the next one. Is it hard to pursue purity together? Yeah. But
I
you
don't
guys
think
set
there's
boundaries.
anything easy about it. But it's not meant to be easy because it brings you closer to the Lord and it brings you closer to Jesus. And
When you grow together in Jesus, it makes it easier, but it's still not easy.
yeah.
Who made the first move? I don't know if you guys have been listening to the answers of these questions, but nobody's over here making moves.
You did kiss me.
I did kiss her
But
first.
that was the extent.
And it was in
of
front of my house under the stars.
Cute. He planned it perfectly. You waited like a month.
Hey, keep it quiet in the peanut
I
gallery.
love Wi-Fi. Don't leave me out.
Favorite godly trait about each other?
Your servant heart.
Your grace.
My heart.
Yeah, and your stubbornness.
There's nothing about Jesus in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's true.
That is an area
Oh my God, these two could put me to sleep, dude.
of my life
we need
that
him
the
to do
Lord
a
needs
work.
to do a major work in.
How should a man lead in purity?
I think you need to set boundaries early on. I think those need to be discussed between both of you. And I think it's ultimately like, yes, the woman has to be 50% in, but I think that the man has to lead that. And I think that the man has to lead the woman and disciple her in a sense, you know, and lead her closer.
She wants to push the narrative of the man leading everything. And you guys know how I feel about that. I subscribe to a 50-50 shared kind of responsibility, 50-50 shared way of approaching life. I just like it like that. And I'm not saying that it's the best way at all. But I do think that things need to be fair, because when you submit to your husband fully, to me, that creates a really toxic and hostile environment, because you are handing the reins over to this person that you married. So they are now controlling your life and your decisions and, you know, your finances. It can be just... it can go downhill very quickly, and I prefer to hold on to the control that I have of my own life, my own decision-making skills, and my own finances. But again, that's just me.
Next question. What does he do for a living? I am formerly a police officer, but now I am in medical device sales. I work in orthopedics here in the DFW market.
And you are very knowledgeable in it.
I try hard.
Okay, so he is in medicine. So that explains the scrubs thing and his job. So that's interesting. I do wonder about people who know about Brittany Dawn and they know about him and his history. Like, she's not a small, you know, platform. I do wonder about people that see him out in public. It's like, oh, I'm not going to buy anything from your company because I know who you are. I do wonder about that.
It's actually really amazing. Like, he's not going to say this, but he's very, like, we've sat and talked with some of the doctors that he works with and had dinner with them, and the things that this brain
I just had good
knows,
people teach me.
Like, and he doesn't just do, like, he works in the OR and, like, is in on these surgeries. So
Yeah.
he sees it every day.
Ooh, last question.
What's the last question?
How does he feel about your BDAWN fitness years? There's no such thing as a dumb question, but this one is close. I've obviously heard Brittany's story, but I've also done my own research, and there's just some literally, like, physically impossible things that the internet says happened that didn't happen, due to timelines and due to just my own research. They've been, I hate the word fact-checked, but they've been fact-checked. And secondary to that, even if some of those things were true, everyone makes mistakes. And
Okay, so are you saying that she didn't scam people? Is that what he's trying to say here? Because if so, this statement aged like milk, considering that now she's in the middle of a lawsuit with the state of Texas. So I am all here for people doing their own research, but you cannot dispute the facts of people paying for something, not receiving the service that they paid for, raising concerns, and being blocked, ignored, or asked to sign an NDA for a partial refund. There is no defending her entire fitness scam. If there was, state of Texas would not have had the evidence to come forward and sue her.
Everyone has a past. That is no longer the woman that she is. And she's been very transparent about the past and the mistakes that were made. And everyone, it's really...
But again, people can move forward from the past if some accountability is taken. And in her case, people were paid back for the money that she took from them. None of those things were done. She ignored them, blocked them, and took her ass over to Hawaii to have a good old time. And that's not okay. So I am all here for people reinventing themselves, people showing a new side of themselves. Like, do it. I'm all for growth always. But until things are fixed, I am unable to move to the present. You can't blame shift and say, oh, well, this was that and that was that. Like, there's enough evidence for your ass to be sued by the state. So what do you have to say now, Jordan?
Really easy to Monday morning quarterback and situations and try to, you know, say, well, oh, somebody should have done it this way. And when you're not in that situation, you don't have the right to say that. I see it as a moot point, but there's always going to be haters, and there's going to be people that are going to bring it up on a frequent basis. And that is not anything to do with Brittany. That's those people searching for meaning and relevancy and trying to bring up things in the past and just tear down others when...
Nobody's trying to bring up the past. It's not a bunch of haters. It is people that she actually stole money from. So let's get rid of all of the other bullshit and let's focus on the fact that she took money from people and did not pay it back. This is not people just like taking something and twisting it and going all crazy all over the internet because they don't like her. This is someone who stole from people who trusted her. That is not okay. So it's not a moot point. It's not history that people are trying to, use against her. This is something that actually happened. People actually trusted her. They actually looked for her for guidance. They looked to her for guidance and they wanted her assistance in bettering themselves, getting wellness, getting health. She absolutely exploited that trust and took their money and did what nobody should ever, ever, ever do. And it was never fixed, and that's why people are still talking about it.
In reality, they have a missing portion of their heart where they need to give that to the Lord. And that is not something that she can fix or I can fix. That has to be them. So
yeah, wow.
We can drop that point from now on, guys. You don't need to ask any more questions about it.
I promise you guys, like anything, because I get messages all the time and I show all these hate messages to him. Like, I literally tried to run him off on our first date with my past, and he shared everything about his past with me.
Yeah.
And the things that we both had, we were both like, oh no, same. And
yep.
And I truly know now, like, and I knew after that first date that, like, he wasn't just another person. Like, he was going to play a significant role in my life. You know, now I know, obviously, like, he's the man that God brought me. So I think it's just funny when people on the internet try to, y'all aren't sharing anything with us that we don't already know about each other. So.
Yeah. Exactly. That was the last one.
That was the last one.
Are we done?
That's our video. We're done.
That's it. Y'all gotta go.
Bye.
So anyway, that's the end of their Q&A. And I thought that this would be a good one to share with you guys. Now, like I said, I really don't want to be a broken record, so I'm going to get through this really fast. But I am all for moving forward. I don't like for people to live in the past and constantly use it against others. But as I said, until you show growth and change and fix things that can be fixed in the past, assuming they can be, if it's just all ignored and you want to say, I'm a child of the Lord and I am saved, so y'all need to stop talking about it because you're hating on me, both of them are fools for having that frame of mind, and that's my personal opinion. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and we'll see what happens again with the lawsuit. I will keep you guys updated as updates are available, and let's hope that the people that she wronged are paid back in at least for what they gave her, minimum. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.